Look at you, baby dolls, coming back on YouTubes. There are two reasons why someone would invest. And this is a really important concept to grasp. You're going to hear this from me time and time and time again. Okay? You're coming for some substance here. You're coming for some substance. I've done a lot of thinking, deep philosophy. I've seen a lot of stuff. Ponzi's go up. Many coins that are meant to go up go down. And I've figured it out. I've seen it time and time again. The beautiful part about crypto is you get to run the cycle over and over and over again, and we get to pick up on the patterns. In the stock market, it's much more slow. It's like so long to learn the lessons. So what are the two reasons why people buy a coin? Okay, so this is really important, by the way, because you're going to have to know this yourself. Because do you think it's easy when I buy the low? You think it's easy? Like you want to go me right now? You want to go me? I'm gonna show you. I want to show you right now. Okay. Do you think? All right. Let's go here. Do you think I was called a genius when I bought here? I want you to think that. Do you think I was called a genius, or do you think I was called a peanut brain? I was called a peanut brain by many people, and what do you think I said to them? I said, "You're goddamn right, I am a peanut brain. I don't know what I'm doing." Okay? I did a lot of research. I still bought. I got called a peanut brain. Okay, it is what it is. That's it. Right? I don't know what the future's going to hold. But you got to know, man. Do you think I had any confidence from other people when I bought here? Do you think a single person said to me, "Wow, you're making the greatest decision of your life"? No. Everyone said, "You're a peanut brain. You're a poopy head. You're literally gonna lose everything, and this thing's a Ponzi. It's a scam. No government's ever gonna adopt it." You know, I was saying a country's gonna adopt Bitcoin literally here. I was telling my friends that. No one believed me. And no one was telling me. Not enough people were saying to my face, "I don't believe it." They were saying like, "Look, man, I know you do a lot of research, but yeah, we'll look at it later." I want to have a guess. Have a guess when they started to believe everything was possible. I'm gonna stop it right here. Okay. After a 272% rally. So after Bitcoin had gone up 3.72x. Okay. So I took this as an anomaly. I thought, okay, well, maybe I didn't explain it right. All my friends, family, cousins, everyone. Maybe I didn't explain it right. Then the same thing happened up here. Except the inverse. I felt the FOMO. You got to get in. And everyone was like, if you said, no, you got to wait on the sidelines, you were considered a poopy face. Okay? And then, what do you think happened again here in the zombie virus? I was saying, oh man, okay, I told you to go all in before, and you really got to go all in now. Once again, considered a poopy face. And everyone was saying, no, worse is yet to come. We never ever come down here. I mean, every single person was saying we never ever come down here. Warren Buffett's investing partner, Charlie Munger? You guys don't remember this, right? I remember this. Charlie Munger. Let's go back here. I want you to live it. You got to live it, man. You got to live it so you learn the lessons and you learn this for life, and then we can hit the home runs. Charlie Munger said, they interviewed him and Warren, there's a zombie virus. We're all going to die, right? And turn into zombies. You know what they said? They said, well, if you want to buy cheap stuff, don't buy on the first red, right? Don't buy in the first red month. Let it settle. It's going to keep going lower. Never stand in front of the train. They actually said that. And when they said that, I was swallowed myself. I went, like, oh my God, this 96-year-old dude is telling me I'm about to get smacked. And they were wrong. I couldn't believe it. They were actually wrong. We just went up only from there, right? Because, in history, you see a big fat red candle. You got plenty of time, man. You guys got plenty of time. Look at this. Oh, you see a big fat red candle? Don't step in front of it. Don't step in front of the big fat red candle straight away. Just take your time. Because I was remembering when I got in, I'm like, oh man, they're right again. And it didn't matter. It actually went up. It's crazy. So there are two reasons why people invest. You have to know this. And I have just shown you examples of very hindsight looking parts of the chart where you look at it and you're like, oh man, it was just so obvious to buy down here. No, it wasn't. You were fighting the crowd big time. Just like today. You're fighting the crowd. right? Let's go. You think a single person is saying go? I'm literally the only person I'm saying, dude, go all in here. Go all in. I don't care if you go another 35%, 30, 40, 50% offside from here. I don't care. Hold for 3 years, you go all in here. Everybody, every single person is saying you're a poopy head. Everyone. YouTube comments, you're a poopy head. YouTube influencers are now shifting bearish. Okay, every single person. So it's not easy, man. It's not easy. Humans, we're programmed to be a part of a tribe, okay? We're programmed to be a part of 100 people of a tribe. You're in there and you don't want to go against the grain. You got to understand the psychology of like how our reptilian brain works. If we go against the tribe, our probability of being cast outside goes up, and we don't like that because our chances of survival goes down. So you are constantly fighting that. So I want you to know that's actually why. That's the real reason why when markets go down and I say, it's the buy of a lifetime, and your brain is saying, no. It's because your brain is interpreting all this information of everyone around you saying, no, the worst is yet to come. It's going down. You are absorbing that, okay? And your brain is saying, well, I might get cast out of the tribe. I don't want to fade the crowd, okay? You got to understand yourself to understand markets. And once you get that, you're going to bank it for the rest of your life. You're going to absolutely kill it. You're going to kill it. Because crypto is like just a hyper beast of this. Hyper beast. Okay? And eventually it's not going to be. And that's a story for another day. The efficiency is going to go away. So, 2 reasons why people buy. Okay? 2 reasons why people buy. You're going to laugh, right? So, 2 reasons why people buy. Okay? Reason number 1, to make the most money. Reward, right? Let's make the most reward. ROI, return on investment. Okay? Reason number 2, to feel good. Dopamine hit. Part of tribe / community. Okay. And doesn't take a genius to figure out, okay? If you are buying for reason number 1, you are going to be in the top 5%. You're going to be winning over time. You're going to increase your financial position of yourself to help your family out, your friends, your loved ones. Maybe you got a pet duck. Maybe you can feed your pet duck some luxury food. You are going to enhance yourself and make much more better decisions when you start thinking about that. And you're thinking, oh yeah, of course, everyone invests to make the most money. Nope, no they don't. No, they don't. And I figured this out. Maybe there's some sort of law at uni and all these other words. I don't care about those books. I saw this myself, okay? Reason number 2 is what 95% of people doing. To feel good. They're actually buying to feel good. And this is actually interesting, okay? Because so the people who feel good, their brains are tuned such that they get a higher dopamine hit joining the crowd compared to what they forecast if the investment goes the other way, okay? So basically, you are the investor, you are friend of Sami. You're actually going to be here, okay? And you're going to be a green background to show friendship, and there will be a heart here. There will be a heart here. All right. You know what? I'm sorry. We are not going anywhere unless it's, okay, proper heart here. Here we go, finally. Okay. Yeah. And then you're just going to be, everyone else is just a tourist. Okay, a tourist investor. And we're going to put a bear emoji because most of the time they're buying right before a bear market. But they think they're buying the top, right? Tourist investor, let's just write top buyers. And I'm sorry, but you're going to have a red background. So there are 2 categories here. And this is actually it, right? There's actually 2 types of people who are investing. You think, so when you go to university and you read all the textbooks and they go, yes, people invest to make the most money. And it sounds like so reasonable, right? It's completely so far from the truth, okay? Markets are chaotic. When markets aren't moving and there's not too much information and stuff flowing around, and like you have what I would call a standard subset of good news and bad news in a year, right? However you want to interpret that. Yes, people are investing and taking calculated risk and stuff. But then we hit the chaos part, and people aren't investing for the for the ROI stuff, okay? They're investing just to feel good. And they're obviously the top buyers. And you're never going to be a top buyer. So it's kind of crazy, right? You'd think, oh, everybody invests rationally to make the most amount of money. No, they don't. No, they do not. No, they don't. You can get thousands of examples, man. People bought $20,000 JPEGs. They bought $20,000 JPEGs. And it's interesting. None of them said, oh, this JPEG is going to be worth $1 million next year. You know, some of them would talk like that, but they didn't actually say that. What they were actually trying to interpret for their brain is, how come I got so much dopamine from joining this community and tribe? They never asked themselves that, you know, which is, it's okay because you're new to investing. You don't even know the game is all about psychology. You don't even know that, right? So if you're my friend, you get, we're going to make this yellow. Okay. If you're my friend, we get dopamine from buying low, selling high. Okay. That's actually where we get our dopamine from. So go to my YouTube, my Twitter, right? I'm always like licking my lips like, oh, wow, this thing is so low. Like, yeah, I'm crying. Yeah, I'm crying something's down 90%. But what am I always saying? I go, man, the multiplier is 30x from here. You know? The multiplier is like a 15x from here. It's a 10x from here. These are huge, man. Huge numbers. Huge numbers. Coca-Cola's giving you like 6% a year. And we're talking about, yeah, this is a 10x. You know? This is, I'm getting happy thinking about this. Obviously, I wish that we didn't really feel the pain on the way down, but we do, man. That's just what it is. But I'm getting happy thinking about that. I'm like, yes, it's depression. Everybody's calling this thing a scam. This is why we're investing, okay? This is not normal. This is not normal. Everybody spends too much time talking about you have to be this, and no one spends enough time talking about what the reality of most people are doing. They just say, oh yeah, the losers like sell at the bottom and buy at the top. Okay, yeah, but you gotta understand why they're doing it. You gotta, like, you ever think like, how come there are smart people, doctors, surgeons, 400 IQ nerds, rocket scientists coming in, like Elon Musk, man. Elon Musk bought the top of Bitcoin, okay? So all these people coming in, Michael Saylor, how come they are coming in and for some reason, right, they can put a glue and a stick together and send us to the moon, right? But they still feel the need to be part of a tribe. They're buying the top. So it's interesting. It's fascinating. Why are they doing it? Why are they doing it? You know? Yeah. So it would be too easy to sit here and say, oh, they're stupid. Oh, they're noobs. Okay, that's just a short word. That's a cop-out version. But you got to understand why. Right? We are getting the dopamine hit from buying low. Just the chance of buying low. Because the answer is, we get dopamine hit from the chance to buy low. The dream of it going to the multiplier target. This is actually what we're doing here. So now we're getting to the critical issue because you don't know the future. You don't know the future. So I'm just talking to you from now for the next 20 years of your life. You're going to be buying loans, selling high, doing all these assets. You've got to manage your family's finances. You've got to do all this stuff. But you got to know, like, if you are not training yourself to get a dopamine hit from the chance to buy low, you're never going to make it. That's why I'll do this fundamental research. I'm like, oh, wow, you know, Chainlink can hit $600 in the future. Here are the numbers, you know. It might hit $180 in the next bull market. It's 30x from here. Hex could hit like $1.40. You know, that's a 50 to 60x from here. Pulse Chain can do 120x. PulseX can do a 50x. That's what I'm talking about, you know. And yay, Bitcoin's going to go to 120k. Wow, that's an 8x. Who cares? 8, which is a huge 800% giant. But you get the point, right? We're all degenerative. Oh, wow, Ethereum's going to do like 15x. It's going to flip Bitcoin. You get the point, right? You do that fundamental research and you can get the numbers. And maybe it doesn't even hit there, but at least you got in. Because at the end of the day, you have to act. That's all that matters. What really matters is we're just acting at the bottoms. Because what was the first thing I told you? I go, cop ridicule every day. Every day, the whole way down. The whole way down. Every single day. Gruesome. 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 And it's going to happen every single couple of years. It's going to happen. Right? In one way or another. Happens in the stock market. Happens in every single asset class. If you fade the crowd, that's what it is. And like I said, your brain is telling you, man, the tribe is saying one thing. Don't go against the tribe. You have to follow the trend. You have to follow the people. Okay? So, but we know the people, unfortunately, the people have good hearts, but most of the people are poor. And most of the people are going to keep being poor. So therefore, most of the people are going to be making that wrong decision. Okay? And it's true. So, what are the people who are making the wrong decisions? What are they doing? All right. If you actually analyze them, man. I spoke to so many of them. Tourists get a dopamine hit from buying alongside everyone else. Seeing more people confirm their decision, cognitive bias, right? That's what it is. They actually get a dopamine hit from there. They really do. Okay, they don't care the thought of like, I'm buying Bitcoin at 70k, target's 100k, That doesn't give any dopamine to me and you. We're like, man, 50% return. Well, what's the risk? It's going to zero. That's trash. They don't care about that. All the dopamine is joining the crowd. All the dopamine is clicking buy and seeing Michael Saylor shill and El Salvador and Max Kaiser say that the creation of Bitcoin was the Immaculate Conception, which he did, and it's a religious experience, and the Satoshi Law. And you see all this stuff, like, that's what people are buying into, man. And it is more powerful than the thought of making a proper investment decision. It's crazy, It's like a sports star who, like, there are some people. Maybe I used to play soccer, and there were some kids. When I was younger, I just knew, like, man, this kid just likes putting on a jersey. He doesn't really like being here. He doesn't. They don't want to train. They don't want to rock up. They don't even watch the sport. They don't really care. They just like the thought of gelling their hair and putting on a jersey and having people watch. It's fascinating. There are people out there like that, It's the same thing with this. That's why we call them tourists, okay? And tourists will come. They'll come and join a trend. So you're always going to be fighting the tourists, always, because the tourists are always going to have more people. So that's what they're getting their dopamine hit from. So you got to keep making these decisions over and over and over again. And I'm telling you now, man, yeah, you could have been buying here 30k Bitcoin. One day you're going to be in this as well. Go, man, like everything is lined up, and I'm sorry, it's just there's more pain to come. This is June of 2022, and sorry, here's another 7 months of more pain to come, right? You're going to fight that. You can't just say, I'm going to buy low, wait 60 days, it's going to go up. That's not going to happen. It's constantly, it's every single day. You got to train yourself. And how do you train yourself? That's why you do the fundamentals, right? I'm going to go through more videos of this as the year goes on, what we're going to do, how we do it. And you don't even need to be right. That's the best part. You don't even need to be right. You just need to trick yourself to keep holding every day. You just watch the calendar every day. That's the best part. Okay, so I'm asking you, right? And you have to ask yourself, are you a tourist investor? Do you get a dopamine hit if you're buying with everyone else? Okay? Do you like, so if you buy something, do you like telling 15 other people and have them all agree it's a good idea? Do you like that? Because I have an enormous amount of investing experience. I've bought over like 300-400 altcoins. I've gone on all the communities, spoken to heaps of devs, telegrams. I know the formulas, man. I know what is a short-term attention span coin. I know what's a religious experience. I know all that, okay? So I know if 15 people start telling me something's a good idea, I'm like, man, we're over. We're done. We're done. Everyone understands it. That's it. Okay? That's the most important part. You always have to think, how many people really get what you're doing? You think everybody believed in Bitcoin at the start? No, they didn't. Everyone believed in Ethereum at the start? No, they didn't. So many coins today, no one believes. Okay? But there will be a shift when it happens. And this is one of the best questions I get asked is people go like, when? When's it going to change? When are people going to start discovering the truth? And this is the no one believes me, man. Go to my Twitter. I give this to you. High value content. I always say, I always write this. 2 green monthly candles. I will always write this. Time and time again. I'm not joking. You think I'm joking? Friends, you think I'm joking? I'm not kidding. It just takes 2 green monthly candles, and you will see people who thought you were crazy. Now you're like, oh my god, of course it was happening. Come on, man. Now it's time for me to join the party, baby. Let's go back. Let's go back in history. Let's go back and see, okay? It's true. 2 green monthly candles. 2 green monthly candles. I remember right here, 11,000, 10,000 Bitcoin. This was DeFi season. Nah, we're never going to go anywhere. Right? All it took was 1, 2. Here we go. I can't tell you the difference, right? I remember the Telegram messages. I remember the portfolio splits. I remember so many people. I remember different people's names. I can name you them today. What their portfolio split was here, and then what happens after 2 monthly candles. And I can show you conversations I had with people because I was new back then and trying to discover altcoins, right? This little area. I can tell you the exact stuff we were talking about, and it was just so much doubt, skepticism. I'm a peanut brain, I'm a poopy face, nothing's ever going anywhere. And then suddenly it's like, oh my god, it's the future, and wow, everything's happening, and here's the money supply of the world, and we're going to take over gold market cap, and Ethereum's going to pump over Apple market cap. I was like, where the hell did your brain start learning all this at 20,000 BTC when we're down here, right? Altcoins are flying. They started flying even more later. So I'm not joking, man. It just takes 2 green monthly candles, and people just suddenly become geniuses. Okay? But what happens after the 2 green monthly candles? If it keeps going up, now they get drunk on Euphoria. Now they get drunk on the Euphoria. And now they start letting their brains drink that sweet, sweet acceptance from the tribe, and no one wants to quit. Okay? So constantly, you're going to ask yourself, do you get dopamine here? I get a lot of dopamine here. I know my brain. I'm like, oh man, this is where you want to buy. This is where you want to buy. This is the big. Obviously, it's not just Bitcoin, right? We're going for boomer gains. You know, Ethereum. Let's go back. Let's go back to Ethereum, minus 94%. You think it was easy here, man? You think it was easy here? What do you think is going through someone's mind, right, when they're saying, I think Ethereum is going to do well, and they're looking at this chart, and people are spamming them on Twitter saying, you're an idiot. That's all they were saying, man. That's all they were saying. You got to constantly evaluate. It's not easy. And go talk to a lot of the Ethereum maxis, because I have. You know when they started buying ETH because they believe in it? Around here. And they thought, yeah, it's a big dip, $500. What do you think their faces were when they dropped another 83%? And there was nothing said it was going to stop here, you know, just this little green candle. Nothing told you, by the way, Ethereum was going to pump 50x from this point. Nothing on the chart. Absolutely nothing. And it did. From $100 to almost 5K. Okay? The only way you even capture any of this part, the only way you are participating here is if you train your brain to go, well, cheap prices are cheap prices. That's my dopamine hit. Feels crap, but I'm making the right decision. This is what it is, right? And what do you think the tourists, look at the tourists. There were tourists buying up here saying, dude, they were saying, dude, I'm so early, man. I am so early, right? One day it's going to happen again, okay? One day it's going to happen again, and I'll be posting on Twitter a similar chart to this. And, you know, maybe Ethereum is like up here, okay? And you're going to be saying, I want you to be saying, okay, we are going to be people up here, and they're not going to be saying it's too high. No one's going to be saying it's too high up here. They're going to be saying, finally, we are on our way to start the adoption and start the bull market, okay? And I'm going to be making videos to show you, if you're early up here, what do you think this guy is then? What's this guy? Buying at like, you know, $1,000 ETH, okay? So you're going to ask yourself, this, by the way, this relates to every single altcoin, Uni, RV, Chainlink, Paul Pleb, every single coin, Hex, Pulse Chain, PulseX, every single thing. It's going to be the same thing. People are going to be saying, I'm still early up here because of all this adoption, right? And you're just going to go back to the chart and go, if you are early, then what the hell is this, And that'll tell you all the answers you need, okay? So, are you a friend or are you a tourist? That's all you gotta ask yourself. There's a zone, man. There's a friend zone, okay? Final piece. Right, this is where the juice. You're always gonna ask yourself on the chart, where are you buying, okay? This is obviously the friendship zone. This is the friendship zone to buy. And yes, here, everyone wants to kill each other. Everyone wants to kill each other. Everyone's fighting. Everyone's calling it a scam. Everyone thought they lost all their money. That's the friendship zone. And of course, you know up here is the tourist zone. This is a tourist zone. This is up here is the tourist zone. And you already know what it's going to feel like up here. It's going to feel like everything's just starting. Because we were there, man. We're not going to make the same mistake next time. We all know. We all know, right? So, every single coin you come across, every investment in life, you got to ask, are you buying in the depression and are you selling in the euphoria? Right? And that's what I'm really going to end. Buy in the depression, sell in the euphoria, and that's literally it. That's literally all you have to do, okay? Now you understand the psychology behind your brain. Now you can run with it. Until next time.